It can't be helped if OP was like a broken condom or something. Hello friends and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily Reddit content on the internet, anywhere on the internet, promise, swearsies. Anyways, today we are jumping into rSlash EntitledParents. Yes indeedy, you know how we do it. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and hop right into these stories. Racist entitled mother thinks we should speak English in America because she thinks we're Native Americans. Well, that don't make no sense. So I'd posted this story in rSlash entitled people, I think that was the name, and it got like 0 attention. So my sister told me to save up some karma so that I could post this here. I think I have enough, so let's go. I'm a 17-year-old girl living in the United States. I am of Maori descent. I spoke the beautiful Maori language up until grade school, where I was taught proper English. I'm fluent in both Maori and English, although I prefer to speak Maori because I'm proud of my history. I have a younger sister who's 2 years younger than I am, who we will call Cora, which is not her real name, obviously. Why obviously? She could be named Cora. Important. Cora does not speak English well. She has a learning disability and my mother decided to homeschool her. Cora can only speak basic sentences such as good morning, how are you, please, sir, ma'am, you know the like. Sir and ma'am are very important. This was long before the coronavirus stuff was going on. Cora and I are both fashionistas, and we like to have the latest American trends, makeup, that stuff. There's a mall in our city that Cora and I visit frequently. Cora gets nervous in public because imagine being in a place full of strangers talking in some strange language that you don't fully understand. So to ease her worries, I like to converse in Maori with her. On this day I was at said mall. My mother stayed at our home to tidy up. Cora and I were having a general conversation in Maori. I thought nothing of it, no big deal, just two Maori girls having a chat in their native language. Wrong. Here's our cast. Cora, wonderful younger sister. LB, little boy, he is innocent. Aren't they always? EM, our racist entitled mother. OP, piece of Maori trash. Wow. RG, random guy, he's the hero. So little boy, whom I guess overheard us talking, comes up to me and asks, "Whoa! Are you two Native Americans?" So, to some, Maori people may look a lot like Native Americans. Cora looks at me confused. OP? Oh god. Kapatai tanaki te mia he tangata Maori nga Maori. He asked if we're Native Americans. It sounds kind of similar to Tagalog, doesn't it? Enter entitled mother. Little boy. Mom, look! I found some Native Americans! Isn't this awesome? What's your name, Native American? Are you Running Bear or Little Cloud? Right? Entitled mother to me. What language were you speaking in? OP, Maori, ma'am. It's our native language. Entitled mother. Yeah, I don't care in the least. You need to stop speaking in Native American. This is future America. We speak English now. I wouldn't suppose you don't worship your little stupid bird gods too. What? What are you talking about? My entire family's Catholic. OP, no ma'am, we're not Native Americans. Maori people are those peoples who are native to New Zealand actually. Cora, shaking my shoulder. Kaya, kaiore au I mohoi kia I ia. Kua mahi hau I tihai mahi he? That's so difficult. There's so many vowels. Kaya, to me, I can't understand her. Have I done something wrong? OP, kaore I toku tuahin kaore koe I mahi I te tahi mea. Ka mea atu tina wahine hi Maori matu na America. No, my sister, you didn't do anything. This woman said we were Americans. My sister looks a little relieved, then lets out a chuckle. Entitled mother, I said English! We're in modern America, not Native American America. OP, ma'am, as I said before, we are native to New Zealand, not America. Please leave us be. My sister does not speak English well, and you're scaring her. Entitled mother, then maybe your sister should get a brain and learn. OP, Cora, kaneke tatu. Ma pekeha tene kawahu kuare ai ia ano. Kara, let us leave. This pakeha, Maori slang for white pig, will make a fool of herself. We turned to leave, but she grabbed my shoulder and yanked me around. Entitled mother, no, I demand you speak English. Just because you were here first doesn't mean you're here now. You should speak English. I don't think Entitled Mother actually knows where New Zealand is. This is quite an anomaly. OP, release me, you racist grunt. This is America. We may speak whatever we want. Entitled Mother leaning in close. Listen here, girl. I'm literally 3 months away from being a legal adult. This is America. In America, we speak English. If you don't like it, then go back to your stupid little tribe. Enter RG, random guy. Random guy. Lady, what the hell are you doing? Entitled mother. These native Indians. I guess that's a slang for Native Americans because I have no Indian blood in me. Won't speak English. Tell them they can't speak English. This is America. Random guy. Ma'am, did you forget Native Americans were here first? That's basically where they get their name. Native Americans. They're native to this land, which basically means we took their culture from them. They have a right to speak whatever they want. Entitled mother looks at us, stomps, and then walks off mumbling obscenities with her embarrassed child in tow. I wave at little boy as he leaves, and he waves back. My sister was clearly on the verge of tears. OP. Kai te pai au e te tewehin. Kau I tukua te warangi iroto to koiora. I'm fine, sister. Don't let stupidity get in your life. We had. The English language is strange to me. We had enough and decided to check out and return home. I told my mother this story and she let out a huge laugh, talking about how some of these people walk around with their head in the sky. It definitely isn't as crazy as the majority of these stories, but I still thought I'd share. Thanks for reading. Edit. Oh my gosh, thank you all. I've been reading all your comments. They mean so much. I'm going to play Minecraft with a friend. I shall return later. Edit 2. Let me clear things up. So the way I was taught pakeha was that it meant white pig. I'm very sorry. I was taught its wrong meaning, and I was completely unaware. Please be understanding. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I just thought it meant something else to its actual meaning. It doesn't mean white pig. It just means white New Zealander instead of a Maori. So basically, she's calling all the white New Zealanders pigs. Classy. I'm not going to be offended on their behalf. That's just fine. You've endured quite enough, OP. I just think it's so weird how people will get on one track and just refuse to be derailed. It's like, hey, you Native Americans need to speak English. And they're like, hey, we're from New Zealand. And she's like, whatever, we're not in New Mexico anymore. It's like, you're not understanding completely. Just sad. I'm glad Random Guy was there, though. Always got to stand up for people who need standing up for. But yeah, yet another fun detour into the deranged mind of an entitled parent. Unfortunately, OP, it might have been the first, but it may not be the last. So keep your head high, regardless of what happens. And let's go ahead and jump right into the next story. You already have a child. Sell me your new baby. Okay. As much as I like this sub, I live in fear of having the opportunity to post here, and yet, here I am, with the realization that I have a family that I can talk about in here. Warning, English is not my first language. This is the most manipulative and ugly, literally ugly, classist, racist person I've ever met. Hey! Doubleheader of racism today. I've worked in customer service and do politics in a totalitarian government, so it's safe to assume I've already seen the worst of the worst. She's married to my uncle. Let's call her Mary. Mary's pulled a lot of entitled stunts over the course of her life. I probably have over 100 stories that I can share that I know of. I don't talk to that part of the family because it's toxic as heck, but there are a few family gatherings in which we meet. One of those happened yesterday, and I got reminded of her golden traits, so I thought you would enjoy raging with me. Her entitlement shone yesterday as she tried to make herself the best friend of my current boss, who's married to my cousin, and he's filthy rich. She brought a friend of hers who is supposed to be strictly quarantined because she's high risk. She tried to outshine the 1-month-old baby who we were all there to meet with her already grown-up daughters who we've all met. Tried to become the host of the party in a house that wasn't hers, going as far as to search and serve food from the refrigerator that wasn't designated to the party serving. And to top it all off, we were also there to pray for my cousin's mother who died last week. I don't participate in Christian stuff, but she was my favorite aunt and like a second mother to me. So the moment of appreciation was very important to me, to my cousin, to my other aunt, and Mary's husband, his sister. Turns out Mary decided that since we were there to remember the dead ones, it would be a nice thing to not only take the role of the main person leading the prayers, but also to include a picture, a big one, of her mother, which she pulled out of her purse and put right in front of my aunt's picture, covering it up almost completely. And she started with a low speech of how she missed her mother, who died 10 years ago, and literally just says "RIP" about my aunt's death. Oh God. But I'm not here today to tell you that story. Oh no, I was just venting. Since I have so much to tell and so little time, I figured it would be best if I started with the oldest tale that I know of. The time she asked my mom to sell my brother while she was 4 months pregnant. Good old Mary is infertile, thank God. She has 2 daughters. One was conceived in vitro and then introduced to her womb. The other one popped out of nowhere, literally. We suspect she bought it from someone since she has a record of trying this, but whatever. Before having her first daughter, when I was around 10 years old, my mom broke the news to the family that she was pregnant. Yay! Mary wasn't happy with this because she, as of then, had been trying for years with her husband and wasn't able to get pregnant. She always had this sort of competition with my mom, and with everyone, because she has this need of being the best in everything. She must have the most money, have the most expensive clothes, have more success in her career, have the happiest marriage, go to the most exotic places. But here's the problem. She wasn't the best. She was the only one with no children out of the 7 siblings of the family, all my aunts and uncles, and she was also one of the oldest wives. So imagine her jealousy when the youngest one, directly below her husband, was going to have her second child while her and her husband were still child-free. The horror! Her status! So she pulled my mother aside one day and told her, "You know, it isn't fair that you get pregnant before us. It wasn't fair for you to have OP before your brother since he's older than you, but whatever. It can't be helped if OP was like a broken condom or something." But you know, we've been trying for years now and we are just exhausted. We're not comfortable with trying those artificial methods, nor having a baby without our blood. So, since you're family, and we know that you're not in a financial position to take care of another baby right now, what would you say if I offered to pay for everything pregnancy related, and after the baby is born, I would pay you, redacted amount, for keeping it as your brother and I's baby? Of course, my mom said no. She told me how roughly the proposition went years later, but only because I was the one that found out why she was so pushy about buying my brother. Because this wasn't just a one-time thing. Oh no. She tried constantly to convince my parents to sell them my brother throughout the next 5 months. And even for some months after he was born. Oh Lord. You see, my father is a son of immigrants. He has a European bloodline and he is very handsome. Mary also has a need of proving to everyone that she has royal blood and aesthetics are everything to her. Hence the need to show herself as being the best of the best in every aspect of her life, and she will not hesitate to do anything to achieve her goal of being the perfect woman with the perfect life. This includes pretending that she has white genes. She doesn't. We live in a very heavily race-mixed country. She was born in one of the least developed states, in a humble family, in a small town, with only town people that had been working under the sun for generations, so all of them have dark skin. She married my uncle, who comes from a family that has lived on an island for generations, and who's the most dark-skinned one of all of our siblings. There's no way she was going to have a baby who was white. But my mom is one of the most light-skinned between her siblings, and she married my dad, who has Italian and Polish genes. And I was born with very pale skin and smooth hair. Mary and her husband's hair are what we describe as bad hair. Not in an offensive way, that's just how it's called here. It's basically super twisted and thick hair. Nappy, I think they call it in America. Nappy's still not great, but better than bad. It's better than bad. It's good. Anyways, there's a big chance my brother was going to be born European looking. You already know where this is going, right? One day I was minding my own business while at their daughter's birthday party, and I happened to wander close to where Mary was talking with someone. I didn't know her. And I heard how she openly complained how her daughter was black, and how she wished she could convince her mom and dad to just give her their baby, because having a white son would have solved all of her problems. It's so hard to move up the stairs of society when you have a black family. And not only that, but having an ugly daughter isn't going to help either. There's no way she'll marry a rich man. How is she supposed to pay her retirement? Good God, this is... There was more that was said. I can't remember it all. And yes, my uncle approves of her behavior and patronizes it. They, two dark-skinned people, believe in white supremacy. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention that the daughter popped out of nowhere one day, is white, and looks nothing like Mary or her husband. Wow. 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 I don't know what I can say besides wow. This has just been an episode, man. Ugh. But anyways, friends, I hope that you will like, comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy the episode. We will be back again tomorrow. I sincerely hope that you will join me for it. Thank you so much, as always, for listening. Keep yourselves safe out there. Never forget to wash them hands. That's very, very important. And I shall see you in the next one. So until then, friends, bye-bye.